Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and here's one nobody asked for. Creature Commandos Season 2. That's right, they're actually giving this thing a Season 2. Now, apparently, it was announced prior to the first season ending. Not starting, but ending. And there's going to be a new team up and all this crap, but you really have to ask, like, why did they move forward with this? Because nobody watched Creature Commandos. No one. In fact, you notice when everyone talks about the DCU and they talk about Superman, Peacemaker and everything coming, they never ever mention Creature Commandos. And yet, it's getting a Season 2. And of course, the question now is, well, where's its place in the DCU timeline? And when is it actually coming out? And James Gunn has responded to that question. So, let's dive into this, shall we? By the way, visiting choices say it was received incredibly well. It's like, what, of the two people who watched it? And that was James Gunn and his wife, probably. So it says, at the end of 2024, DC Studios launched the DCU with Creature Commandos. The animated series received rave reviews, and a second season was announced before the final aired. Again, rave reviews that nobody watched the show after. So, who gave it these rave reviews? So, in that episode, the bride was introduced to her new team, Weasel, Dr. Phosphorus, an updated, massive GI robot, Nosferatu, or however you pronounce it, Kalis, I think is how you pronounce that, and the Suicide Squad's King Shark. Now, of course, I only watched the first two episodes of Creature Commandos and I was done. I was like, no. So, my question is, if any of you watched all of Creature Commandos, if any of you even knew it came out, did Sylvester Stallone still voice King Shark? I doubt it, because I'm sure that would have been in this article and it doesn't seem to be so. But if you know, do let me know in the comments. While you're there, by the way, you may as well hit the sub button and the like button and the share button and the hype button and check out memberships and all that stuff. So let's keep it rolling. Anyway, it says DC Studios co-CEO and Creature Commandos series creator James Gunn was recently asked when we'll see Task Force M again, and told a fan on Trades, when we're done animating the new season, which is in production now. So, if that's only in production now, it probably won't be till some stage next year, maybe even a year later. Which, again, for a cartoon that's only like 8 episodes long or something, and the fact that it debuted in 2024 by the end of it, like, that's a hell of a long time to wait for a cartoon. So, pushed on where Season 2 takes place in the DCU timeline, Gunn confirmed that it will be set after the events of Peacemaker Season 2, which was to be expected given the franchise's linear structure. But it's still interesting, especially as the HBO Max series ended with the introduction of Salvation. Amanda Waller formed Task Force M, and with the new Argos boss, Rick Flag Sr., stranding metahumans in that parallel reality, its presence surely doesn't bode well for the monsters that make up this team. While we wouldn't bet on Creature Commandos Season 2 taking place in Salvation, we have to believe it will loom large over the team's heads when they're sent back into action. It's also funny, you see there where they're talking about Rick Flag Sr. is sending the metahumans into the parallel universe stuff. He was part and the leader of the bloody team in the first season. That's where Rick Flag Sr., voiced by Frank Grillo, made his debut. So, it's previously been reported that Captain Atom will appear in the animated series when it returns. Apparently, we're getting the Nathaniel Adam version of the character, who made his debut in History of the DC Universe number 2 in 1987. On the page, he's a hero connected to and powered by the quantum field, the result of a secret government project. Last February, Creature Commando showrunner Dean Lowry pointed to the new Task Force M roster teased in the final being put front and center when the DC series returns to our screens. He said, I think it'll be at least somewhat accurate. I mean, it's like those are all characters that we think would be really fun in the season. And James wrote, all the episodes last season. So those were his instincts, which are pretty good for who. So yeah, I would say there's that. And I mean, there's no world where I would want to do a season without a beefed up GI robot. So that's what they're talking about for season 2. Now, the interesting thing there is he said James wrote all of the first season. So he doesn't seem to be saying that he's writing all of this season, which I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because as I said, season 1 was just, I got through 2 episodes and I was done. I was like, no, screw this, I am out. When the main villains of it were seemingly what they keep pushing now in all of the DCU, which is, it's an island of incels. I was like, really? That's the road we're going down? What are we hearing about the villains in Supergirl? Oh, they're all incels. It's like, good God almighty, what are we doing here? So, the fact that this thing is in production, that they are making a second season, why? Like, seriously, why? Nobody watched the first season. Half the people don't even know it came out. Half the people don't even know it exists. Like, what are they expecting to get out of this? Like, it's worthless. Nobody's invested in these characters. Nobody's watching these characters. Nobody cares. So, and remember, he said anyone who plays a character in animated form, in live action form, will play that character as well. We've already had that confirmed with the fact that his brother plays Weasel. He's played him in live action, and now of course he plays him in this. His brother also, I believe, is the one who plays Phosphorus. I think there is one other character that he does play in the show, and I think it's Phosphorus. If it's not him, it's IG Robot. But I think, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? The dude who played the droid in Solo, Alan Tudyk, he plays one of them as well. But Frank Grillo, of course, appeared in the show as Rick Flag Sr., and that translated to him playing the character in live action and stuff. So they do seem to be doing that. So if, of course, Killer Shark or King Shark is in here, is it Stallone? And if it isn't Stallone, then it muddies the water again, because Peacemaker season 2, that Peacemaker is the guy from that universe that shot Rick Flag Jr. and all that stuff, which means that's the version of King Shark you should be meeting. And it's just messy. It really is just messy. But there's no time frame on when this thing is coming out, other than James Gunn going, when we're done with the animation. So that could be a year, that could be 2 years, that could be 3 years. And at this stage, with the fact that Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers, Paramount is now suing Warner Brothers over this sale, Trump seems to be trying to block it, all of a sudden again, it's a shit show when it comes to what's happening with Warner Brothers, which means everything in the DCU should be pretty much in flux for who's actually going to be in charge by the time any sale happens, if any sale happens. And why are you investing time, money and resources into shit nobody watched? I don't know, but a season 2 is coming. So what do you guys think? Do let me know. Are you interested in a season 2? Do you care about a season 2? Did you even watch season 1? Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the hype button, all that good stuff. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.